let's see now. First thing I'm gonna add is the fruit of the Spirit. Alright. And within this, these are the energetic needs. Alright. It starts with seek first the heavenly kingdom and his righteousness. So the kingdom of heaviness. And your body is your heaviness. The sun is a heavenly body, the moon is a heavenly body, and the earth interacts with the sun and the moon, which means it's a heavenly body. The common misunderstanding is that heaven is outside of you. When you step on your scale, you measure your heaven, how much you weigh. When it say Yahweh, it is I am heaviness. I weigh a certain amount. You exist within this reality because you are heaviness. Whether you might be lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, you are heaviness. The kingdom of heaviness. In the kingdom of heaviness, everything is sound. Everything is spoken into existence through sound. Alright. Then after that comes Yhwh. Alright? Yhwh. Now, right here, you would put your name. Because you would say, like, I would be like, what's your name? So we got Amina. And we had Teresa. So I would say, yes, you are Amina. Yes, you are Teresa. So the 1 is right here. This is where the 0 is. This is where the 1. So 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times Amina is Amina. 1 times Teresa is Teresa. So I will put my name here, which is Yhwh. You know, that's my heavenly name. And I am love. You will put your name here. Your name would go here because Jesus is the door. The door is inside of you. When you look in the mirror, you're seeing the Jesus that you are. Yes, you are. The J and the Y are sometimes interchangeable to yes, us. So, yes, we are the body of Christ consciousness. And it's everything except for that false image that they teach, that they show you inside of these churches and inside of their whatever supremacy agenda that they might have. That's their business. I'm going to mind my business to that of the Lord. And I'm going to share with y'all what the law of love is. Because we all know that cleanliness is next to godliness, but can you show me that in the scriptures? I can show you that on this clean sheet of paper as one of those Matthew 6:33. Everything shall be added unto you. I'll show it to you. All right. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And the law of love is respect. I haven't seen that in the scriptures, but it's true. We all know that it's written in our hearts and our minds. What we like, oh, respect me. You know, parents be like, you're going to respect my rules. Somebody be like, you're going to respect my car. Somebody get too drunk. They be like, you know, like sister girls, they be like, well, you know, like, you know, they be making sure that their friend respect themselves and make sure nobody take advantage of them and show them disrespect. All right? The things that I present are natural, common, simple truth. And if anybody say anything otherwise, they're lying to you. So within this positive energy is positive sound energy. The thing is, love has to come with the 0, which means that in order for this to exist, it has to be defined. Now we have the additive identity. Everything is added into existence. 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 plus the truth is 3. So now the 1 has to come with the truth, and the truth has to come within the 1. And here we're going to put the cipher right here. That's where we got the truth. See, I needed extra intensity, so I added the feathers, then I put the little metal clip on it, hit them with the full clip. But if they don't have the truth, even if they do a pin identical, their words going to be gibberish. So we're just going to leave this alone right here, because this is the tree of knowledge. But first, man needed to learn the fruits of the Spirit and the bare necessities to create the absolute value. The absolute value of any and everything is positive. So not having an absolute value, now this knowledge can be perverted. And the serpent-minded one came and they asked, like they bestowed knowledge but did not teach Adam and Eve how to use the knowledge responsibly. Later on, in another part, I will show you how they had a false sense of security. They had a closed mind. Their mind had clothes on it. So why are you naked didn't refer to them walking around physically naked. It was their mind was open to like a childlike discovery. They didn't already know everything, a know-it-all, to get defensive, to feel some type of way. These things will be discovered on this one little journey, because love is positive sound energy, and love is the original form of truth, and truth is the original form of love. All right, and from here we could reach happiness. All right, happiness comes from making good decisions. We will see that later. All right, this is where our joy is at. And we could smile and laugh again with our families, going to work to take care of families instead of families taking care of work. Even creating your own jobs. And these corporations don't have so many breaks. When do the people get a break, a tax break? I mean, a peace of mind. And I already spoke about security. So peace is being able to be still, to be silent sometimes, to keep the peace. You might be right, but maybe it's good to be kind. Silent is serenity, is a state of mind. Then we have, that's 2, this would be 3. Then we have patience. Patience to wait. I do not mean long suffering. People should not be treating you bad, because that's a disrespect to life. How do people treat their animals and dogs better than human beings? Man, they done went to town against Michael Vick about that dog case, but now look at these humans over here. Are they not worthy more attention and more facts, objective information without judgment already given to you? What they have concluded, let you conclude your own natural thought. That is the natural free will of the Most High. They rebelled because they felt like placing mankind into slavery so that they could have sex with the women. And what have they done? Placed people into slavery and had perverseness to destroy the sanctity of holy matrimony, which is an expression of God on earth, when a man and a woman love together and become one. Just like the moon is to the earth. Then we see love is able to flow from the from the female end to the male end. That is, even in extension cords, when you plug the male end into the female end, such that power could flow. The power is given to females to be able to give life. There would be no matriarchs and no patriarchs. There would just be triarchs, where there's a unity between the men and the women, going back to Genesis 1:27, Elohim and Elohim. So patience to wait, being able to endure. To understand that when Adam and Eve made that covenant, they made a covenant with death and was given the order of Melchizedek, who began to burn women like they're witches, calling them out their name, calling them the B word. And it's true because they still do it. So this thing has to stop somewhere. And this becomes the law of respect. And if somebody disrespect love, then they are eligible to be burnt up with live fire, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, because they crossed the line. I myself do not have the right to disrespect my enemy with words. Even my enemy who you all call Lucifer, when he was homeless, I gave him a place to stay. He decided to do witchcraft and all of that. When it came down to a righteous judgment, my father, Yhwh, said, you know what? You all are allowed to tag them. And I hit him in the mouth so hard, he knew that it was on, and he had to go on about his way. All right? We all left. You all could choose what side you're on. But that one is a liar, and I share with you what I have found to be the truth. And you all can decide for yourself. Are we the same? No, we do not have to think the same. Yet, I believe that we all have the same law of love written inside of us, and that's called respect. The line of respect is the division line, and I am division. I am the Elohim of respect, just in the appearance of Son of Man. Persevere. Indeed, who shall persevere? Romans 9:28. Let's go. Here we have mercy. This is grace. Forgiveness. But love does not exist in forgetfulness. If you forget, then they're going to keep doing the same thing over again. I mean, I'm just saying. So, this is a reminder to remember your identity. Alright? Here, this truth is encoded within you, to recognize it when you see it. Let me encrypt this. For those who can see, those who can't, will not. Let's rock. Let's see. And this is born, this love is born, 717. Positive sound energy. This sound comes into our reality. This is the supreme mathematics. These are our mental needs, our conscious needs. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Okay, you all received that now. Then we got the bare necessities. Yeah, the bare necessity. This is what was inspired upon me to write in 1998. I went to go speak at Columbine. I mean, not Columbine, but my old high school. I graduated valedictorian to speak about Columbine. You know, I used to speak to my my old high school to encourage people to, to think about what they're going to do with their life. Try to be a positive, voice and listen to them. And plus, they get to have a day without class. So they used to love that. All right. So, sound jump time. When you call that heartbeat, that's a jump time. This music is jump time. People be jumping, hip-hopping, jump time and space. Jump time space. All right. And it's go throughout the null vector because the zero is not nothing. The zero is no thing. See, the one is contained within the zero. Whatever set you have, the zero is contained within the zero. That would be like the container of the all. Everything is now equal to no thing. Even within limits, I can show you how zero is related to infinity. Yeah, I would like to write a book so I don't have to repeat myself. Maybe do a couple of music videos. Who knows? Get the message out. Alright, null vector is, that's your set of emptiness where you can add to. And within this, we're going to void no thing. We're not going to destroy no thing. That's the reason why the first law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be added or destroyed. It's because it's amplified. and solidified. Alright? This energy can be hardened. Haven't we seen solid state physics? I'm just asking you all these things. Alright, so let me bring this down. This is like your backbone. Oh, that's the number 1. Excuse me. Alright, the 1. Oh, yeah, that look kind of cool, y'all. So let me go through this. These are positive things to feed. Now that I done did that. So I'm going to write the backbone, alright? Just keep that up to date. So over here, that's 5. 6 would be good. Good would be righteousness. These are things that I keep in my heart. In Revelation 10, when it said that the scroll was eaten up, I fed it to my heart. Alright? Therefore, if anybody took this knowledge from me, I could write it down for myself. And the thing is, I shared it with other people, and they helped me to refine it to what you see now. These are not my word. These are not my words. These are my discoveries. I have discovered this with my fellow colleagues that I've spoke with throughout the last 21 years, when I discovered the basic raw blueprint of life. And it's simple enough to fit on one sheet of paper. And they take that away from the people and give them a whole book of what? Confusion? I'm saying, what happened? Confucius was given. Confusion was given. What? Alright, now y'all start to see, am I the enemy? If I'm just trying to teach you all what I have learned and asking you for feedback. So look, here's honesty. Yeah, I'm just being honest. Honesty and integrity, the things you do when nobody's looking, And I myself, I'm a sinner who had to ask for forgiveness in order for me to be forgiven. So, in order for others to be forgiven too. And that's through faith. Faith and loyalty. Loyalty is the personification of faith times love, because love, like the moon faithfully revolves around the earth, but when you, like an animal can personify love, and through faithfully being, waiting for you at the door. So 1 times 7 is 7. Faith times love is loyalty. Alright, and then just having the courage. The courage to trust in the truth. If you would not like to tell the truth, then just be quiet, because the evidence has already been gathered. You do not have to give a justification as to why wickedness has been, taking place. So a person has the right to be quiet, but the evidence is apparent. We could go to truthbeknown.com. It is not anti-Semitic language if they have admitted that they believe in the practice of raping non-Jewish kids. If you look at the Judaism quotes. I'm just saying, these are their words. We have nationals of Israel inside of our Congress. I said that way back in 2012. I said that in 2007. And I said that in 2017. There's a Facebook Live. And I got the freedom of speech. I have the God-given right to just voice my opinion and say we have nationals to Israel before they're nationals to the United States within our Congress. And they are traitors to the people, because they like to bring in their special interest to displace the people and poison your land, to try to make you an abomination in the sight of the Most High. I've been sent to investigate and come to find out the whole time it was like in football, somebody push somebody else and then the second person retaliate and the personal foul get thrown on the second person. That's what was going on. The codes came up correct in heaven. the code came up correct in heaven, right? But what happened here on earth was when it came down, like, it was like the codes came up because these false angels taught them the code. So when we looked in, like, okay, everything looked normal. But it was so much oppression and deceitfulness going on. An investigation had to occur because when Yhwh died, and he was part of the order of Melchizedek, they like to sacrifice their weakest member. Every year they like to sacrifice 2 of their weakest members. The second weakest has to go into the wilderness and survive. I'm just saying, this is their culture. I've been watching it since they've been established. I'm allowed to watch if I felt like it. I didn't intervene. I minded my business. I thought it was pretty interesting that Yhwh had a controlled experiment going on Earth. Yhwh is one of our new sons. I'm one of the sons of Yhwh. I thought it was very, cool that Yhwh had a controlled experiment going on Earth, but I didn't know it was slavery. What? But I can't intervene. I'm just a watcher. But now, being sent down in the appearance of Son of Man, I was sent to help you all know what the truth is, all right? And it's online for people to see if they choose to watch it or not. That's their choice. But where else will you find the truth? Because they haven't told it to you, have they? All right, have they told you this? That is simple as one sheet of paper? So this is going to be part 1 where I complete this part. And you receive the key to eternity. Because the meek shall inherit the earth, and those who listen are deemed to be meek. Oh yeah, that's the next topic right here. Meek. Because the action form of being meek is listening. Yeah, get to listen. Listen. Yeah, we listen. But we do too. We got to do with that listening. Alright. Humble is slow to anger. Mildness, right? Mildness. And then we had 9. That is self-control. And self-control, your free will. Then you have right here, this is where respect. Respect is the key. Yeah, respect is the key. Respect, key for all the eternity. Respect is the key. Respect is the key. If I take the limit of x as it approaches 0 or 1 over x, I get infinity. If I take the limit, and this is stuff that they like to hide from you all. Because if you look at Behold a Pale Horse in the notes of the first chapter, that's as far as I need to get for the supporting details for the investigation. Because I had concluded that if we fix mathematics and standardize it within the National Institute for Standards and Technology, I have the proposal halfway written to where it will pay for itself, it will create jobs, and it will reform education to the way that Project Kaleidoscope and Project 2061 is trying to establish it in the connection of English and mathematics with everything else branching out. So these solutions are readily available, but yet I'm not allowed to work with anyone that does not have this covenant. So will America qualify for this covenant? Let's find out over these next 90 days. Because divine intervention is on the table. I'm allowed to establish charter schools with my colleagues, but are they going to try to manipulate the loans? Are they going to create an equal playing field for everyone? Or will they continue with the mortgage lending scandals? Will they continue cheating on their SAT scores, having people take their tests for them? I'm just asking. We will see. Because this is on the table, and I'm going to complete this online. You all is going to see what goes out So far, this is what the covenant looked like. Oh, yeah, it's the most glorious one. You know what? I'm going to finish this part right now. Because if I don't, it's not going to be complete, and that person might not have the chance to come back to it. So let me give you the opportunity to balance yourself out. Because right now, this is not balanced. This is not a balanced chemical equation. A lot of these pharmaceuticals give you unbalanced chemical equations that have not even met the chemical review standards. So you have all these different side effects. I mean, what's the resultant? You all do the lawsuits, but the amount of money that they made to destroy you isn't even worth it. Because they put you on something else. All right. And take that money right back from you. I'm just saying. All right. And then dump their water inside the pharmaceuticals. Do they get a say-so? They dump their pharmaceuticals into the water supply. Do they really get a say-so as to what's right and what's wrong? They show through their actions what that they know how to do the most wrong. We tell our kids to clean up, but did they clean up their pollution? Why should the kids listen to the parents if the parents tell the kids to clean up, but they themselves don't clean up after their companies and go through most lengthy ways to steal money, like in Flint, Michigan, from the people and trade it for dirty water? Come on now. You're trading people basic bare necessities now. This is something God gave to the people, but the government said they would like to try to be responsible, but the government is not even being held accountable because they keep getting bailed out. You know what? These banking cartels, everything. You're going to have to deal with the people around you because they're going to wake up with the truth inside of their heart, and they're going to judge you according to what's written within the fruit of the Spirit. Do you have integrity in the office of the president? Can you be trusted with classified information upon leaving office, or will you use it for your business dealings? I ask respectfully. That's a legal question according to the Constitution. That's my First Amendment right. I haven't yelled at anybody or nothing. So let me finish this. A little bit of water, don't mind. Get your brainwaves stimulated. So number one is the light. The first light that was created was the sun, Yhwh. The light is the song, is the sun. That's the name of the high priest in these days. Yhwh. Yhwh. Like a deck of cards. Yhwh. Fire. The order of Yhwh is the most highest order of loving truth. Sun, plasma physics. Plasma electro dynamics. Y'all see that little line? That's the little imperfection. Why not? Why not have that within the covenant so that y'all know that this was done live for everybody to see and for everybody to give their input? What's up, Lady Khadijah? Cool. Alright. Now you notice we did not go down this tree yet because we have to create the absolute value first in order for it to be stable. So this would be air, like the order of Aaron, the children of disobedience, who now are given the offer of redemption. Alright, wind, air, wind, being able to breathe, you know. Then that's represented by the different gases, even the trace gases, on the atmospheric infrared window. Atmospheric infrared Do not come through the window. Do not pollute the window. The atmospheric window, John 10. Alright. 3 would be living waters. And that is fluid. That's what we hear right now is some water. That's liquid, and liquid is the solutions. Drinking more water. And you will see when we gain understanding. Overstanding. Overstanding would be right here. Alright, just to let you know. Alright, so that would create like a little bit of balance. So overstanding. Overstanding comes with withstand. As long as you start from right here and work your way down to righteousness, now when you come back up, you jump over to reality. Then you come down that tree of knowledge, and it is stably placed where it should be. So instead of doing it last, you all did it first, which produced the curse. And that's what the reptilians and the snake-minded who see in two-dimensional flat earth don't realize. When you stand upright, everything is normal within the three-dimensional roundness of the curvature. Alright, liquid solution. So we have 4 would be earth. And within the earth we have our food. See, my mission is to help keep clean air, clean water, clean food for the children of the earth. And I believe if we know better, we could do better. So, earth, the food, the resources. Alright. And then we have heaven. Alright. The sun is a heavenly body. The moon is a heavenly body. You are a heavenly body every time you step on the scale. I could ask Lady Light, and she would tell me what her target goal is for that week. So, therefore, your heaviness is how much you weigh. Yahweh is I am heaviness, and Yahweh is in you, Yahweh is in me. Yeshua is yes you are, that is your identity. It's right here. Just remember your identity, okay? I guess I'll do the prime numbers as I go down. This is your knowledge. And yourself. And 2 is a prime number. 2 is the only even prime number. Interesting. Alright, so this is where they say wisdom. I'm going to put wisdom. That's second. This is your decisions. Good decisions lead to happiness. It's wise to smile, but they believe in smiling in people's face and stabbing them in the back. Backstabbers. That's somebody's song. Give credit to them. But if you go back over everything and review it according to, you'd be like, oh, we already knew the truth. It's just that people was realigned in religion and divided, and people was given different parts of the truth and told to fight about what's right, which creates the perverseness that we see today. We're very much more the same than different, because life was given indiscriminately. So who dares say that the Most High chose one group of people over the next? Nah. Use God's name in vain. That was the most devious trick indeed to get them people by themselves. Okay. To do that controlled experiment and live. Because every other time when they talk to the Most High, they use the mercy seat of the Ark of the Covenant. But that time in Exodus 24, they went up there and they ate and drank. They was talking to Enki. That was one of the offsprings of Anu, like the sons of Eli, almost. The sons of Anu. Alright? That gets back into Elijah a little bit. But Anu is a righteous person. Anu is righteous. The sons, they decided What they decide to do, that's none of my concern. But the investigation shall be conducted, and it will be presented to you all probably in 2028, after we really got our affairs into order. I really don't think they deserve that much attention after everything they done did. So they've been sent to the spiritual places of weeping and gnashing, so that, they could be visited at the set appointed time. And there's no rush, really. Alright? It's just ultimate disappointment that the perversion had to come down here to the earth. They wanted to have sex with the sons and the daughters, eat and drink their flesh. Like, who do that? Like, come on now. And you think you ain't going to have to face the law of the universe, which is what you reap is what you sow, what you plant is what you grow. So those things got to eat everything on their plate before they get up from the dinner table in this spiritual world that y'all call dark matter. And as these events occur, they will take place within your dreams and your sleeps and your thoughts, and following the ways of love, being respectful to each other, energy to our minds, to who we are. We're able to receive the love and the truth and the growth within the overall production of love. Alright, so the heaven is where resources, heaven, prosperity, alright, and wealth. These are things that are added unto you. Job was a prosperous person with his job, but not nowadays. I wonder what happened to him. Do you realize that on September 11th, that was the very first day of education reform? America was attacked to try to keep America dumb. Like, who do stuff like that? Come on now, they're right there with you in Congress, smiling in your face, but trying to have sex with your children. And it's written on truthbeknown.com, Judaism quotes, that they don't like white people or black people, anybody non-Jewish, they will try to desecrate with the sacred seed. And these are their words. It cannot be considered anti-Semitic language if I'm repeating what they wrote. These are their words. Are they going to call themselves, are they going to call the scripture anti-Semitic? Look at John 11:53. It says that the High Council of Israel at that day decided to put an innocent man to death. Now, that goes against the 10 Commandments, which means that these persons already was putting people to death, and they did the work of death. So the order of Melchizedek is to be gathered up and thrown into the lakes of fire of that spiritual realm for the most perverseness that required either 10% or they will sacrifice your children. Knowledge is to be given freely. Am I not sharing this knowledge freely? They still have not been able to show that this knowledge is incorrect. They have not been able to break these virtues. And I get these virtues from my father. And my father's name goes right here. Yhwh. It's the divine harmonic sound of resonance. You see where clean is placed? Is where the tetragrammaton is. Grammar, sound, grammar. Let me spell. And this is where cleanliness is. Was clean placed next to God? It's not that I placed, it's that I remembered that that's where it was placed. So now when I reconstituted the bare necessities, I had to place it where it needed to go, and it went right next to God. Even what's coming, even answer a 14-year-old challenge by the Quran, because it would not mention Allah's name. That's what the challenge said. Oh, see if you could write a divine revelation. So, I'm paraphrasing without using the name of Allah, because the Quran was inspired by Muhammad by the jinn. The jinn are the fallen ones. These fallen ones was able to give their testimony that they really didn't understand what the Father was doing. But there were 4 top, what we call them, what y'all call like the demon kings. The Tetrademakuta. That's what I call them. These are the 4 demon kings. You know what I mean? Because they take away and they demolish from the free will and the sovereignty of even the name of the true God in the scriptures. And they did this most elaborate plan to try to, take the name out the scriptures and tarnish the name when they did all of that themselves. Our God is the God of life and believe in forgiving. If anything, they will be banished into that abyss. Either that or they go to Battleville and they fight every night until they decide to meet atonement. If they run away, go ahead and run away. That would be the door. They could hit the door and they could run. Just know that door leads to the abyss. And when it shuts, one will not be able to come out. Because their name would be deleted from the tree of life and the records of these dark matter constructs. Where does sound go when it leaves here? It's stored up within the dark matter of the things we call the spirit world or the energy world. Let me complete this. So, clean. You got harmony, melody, sane, health. When you're not confused about what the true name is, which I'll show you right after this. Oh, I can show you right here. Alright. If I was to have 0 row, I have the 1 row, I have the 2 row. I have the 0 power column, the 1 power column, the 2 power column. Alright. Now, we're not going to evaluate 0 to the 0 power just yet, but 0 to the first power is 0. 0 to the second power is 0 times 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1. And I can show you in a different discussion as to why that's true. 2 to the 0 power is 1. So that's a mistake. That's supposed to be 1. That's supposed to be 1. Alright. 2 to the first power is 2. 2 to the second power is 2 times 2. Alright. 1 to the first power is 1. 1 to the second power is 1 times 1. Now, what that gives us, what I'm going to do is I'm going to express it in 3 dimensions instead of 2 dimensions. Alright. So we're going to have 0, 0, 1. Oh, yeah. So basically, you have your 1, 1, 1. You're going to have 1 to the first, alright. 2, 4, 8. That would be to the third power. That would be the third dimension, y'all. Alright, this would be 3 to the first. This would be 3 to the second is 9. This would be 3 to the third is 27. Alright, what we see right here with this 0 to the 0 power, what we see is this becomes 1 in the natural order of existence. And this 1 end up becoming over all ones. A person can do this even at their spare leisure. This even looks like when the voice spoke everything into existence. The 4th dimensional Yhwh is what you all refer to as the 5th dimensional Allah only when the voice produces positive sound energy of truth delivered with love. But a person would need to know what the fruit of the Spirit is. And if a person don't know what the fruit of the Spirit is, they're not going to respect life. And they're not going to respect the blood. And they're going to do the bloodshed. And have we not seen that the order of Melchizedek, whom Yeshua was, they require his blood? And they even have people remember his blood. Why do you all not know this? Who has been lying to you all on the face of the earth? And that one will not stand up like a man. I'm showing who I am, where I'm at. I'm the Holy Spirit of truth, here to help you on earth. Sharing you what the knowledge is, writing up this covenant, which I'll probably rewrite this one because it's kind of sloppy a little bit, but you basically see what's going on with it. Alright, but let me finish this right here. Alright, within this wisdom, alright, decisions, prudent choices. That's part of holy law. Alright. 5 would be, instead of thought. Thoth was the Egyptian bird brain guy who tried to put people into the bird box. So instead of his name going on here, now it's just going to be mind. To remind, people to just mind their business. Prophecy is very important in the kingdom of heaven. Respect people's prophecy. Respect people's minds. Within their minds, they need to know math consciousness. Con is Spanish for with. Math with science. Because science are the philosophies that use math to validate the observation. And, I'm an ex-math professor, too. Alright, here's prayer, as well as meditation. Alright, meditation is us listening to God, to the Most High, Yhwh, and that's the source, the sound. And the prayer is being able to pray to Yhwh. Now, people could pray to whoever. You could pray to one of the 24 elders. You could pray to one of these X things. You could read the book of Abimelech. Alright. Inside of the book of Abimelech. And look, this is how it's spelled. Just so that it goes out. It's spelled Abramelin. This is also known as the book of worms, which are parasites. This is the book of the parasites. And the Kabbalah, I would surmise, I would need to do more research, would be the confessions of the serial killer pervert. The ones who like to rape other culture kids and steal their cultures, things that they like, and make a perversion out of it and try to tease. I was wondering who was pissing in the holy water, and they have made themselves revealed. How can the perverseness of a known pedophile ring like the Catholic Church be known to exist without consequence? Have people traded their soul and their money, and their children for money? Come on now. It's your decision. Me, I'm going to go mind my business. I'm not going to be a part of their destruction. I'm just saying. This is the knowledge that you need to be able to defeat them. So here comes transport. What do we transport? Goods. We share righteousness. Because this is where sharing is at. Transport is your multiplication, being fruitful, being able to multiply. This is where we have our products. And within the division, you would see, like, if I was to create a product and say 24 divided by 24, if I sell a unit, if I sell 10 units, and though each unit costs $20, then that's $200. So yes, money do grow on trees. That's your product. The first thing that people do to try to deceive you is to tell you that your relative truth as to how you see the absolute truth, this event called life, is a lie. And that way, when you get uncertainty, now they shift up within your thinking and put a wedge into between you and the truth, such that you have to depend on them to get the correct answer. And that's called institutionalized mental slavery. Alright? Product. So right here you got the product, you got charity. And excuse me, I should have with the camera. Being able to share. Alright. Transport goods, distribute goods. That would be the same thing, so multiply is greater. Here would be shelter. Shelter provides security and protection. Alright. This is where your armor, it'll be shelter for your body in battle or for your mind in battle. Clothes or even shoes. So look, when Adam and Eve was approached, like, why? Who told you was naked? It was really talking about their mind. So now they didn't have a mind, they had a thought. And that thought came from Thoth. Thoth was the serpent that went there and said, is that really like that? Is that really like that? Okay, now that we know who the serpent was, being Thoth, the serpent-minded one, yes, you were. Alright? Too much evidence, bro. So that thought is taken out and it's replaced back with your mind. The Mayans. The mind. Alright? So they had a false sense of security. So their mind was closed with the order of Melchizedek, and they was very defensive, and they did not listen. That defensiveness. But listening destroys ignorance, because now we know, even with myself, I sometimes am penalized for not listening. Because I might think I already know, but yet just going through the listening is showing respect. See, I had to learn that. Alright? And it would be build intellect. Alright? Destroy ignorance, build intellect on a clear, sound foundation of what, y'all? And if they said Zion, that's a wrong answer on that paper, because they really polluted the name Zion. Zion is a planet. This is planet Zion. But on clear sound foundation of truth. It's going to be a different name now, because everything is made new. That name was already used, and we need to have something that doesn't have a negative connotation. Something that's going to be beneficial for everyone. Alright, so now you're already born on earth, and the lies that you got to die and kill the flesh, no. Didn't they tell you that Jesus died for you? Well, why are they telling you you still got to die again? Man, these people straight liars. I don't know why y'all still living and, listening to them. I don't know why y'all giving them 10% every day. It's written in Matthew 21, 28 to 32. It talks about prostitutes and tax collectors hear this message, and they end up taking heed to the word, but a lot of the church-going people do not pay attention. And they miss out on the new covenant itself. Alright. Born, so into existence, into this continuity or this continuum. Alright. Alright, we about to get crunk up, y'all. So now, exactly. Intelligent communities love to try to send messages to try to mess up the message in your flow of thinking. And they always expose themselves, because after getting rid of all of the rest of them, the only ones that could reach me, I already know what's going on. That's not even them. That's some AI bot that's using their name just to try to send me a message. And Anonymous Worldwide could take off on them. They have the Father's blessing. Alright, let's see. 9 would be what? Yeah, we would respect the Sabbath. Keeping the Sabbath holy. And Sabbath just means being able to sleep. Or not just sleep, you might be able to relax. Might be able to, rest. Keep the Sabbath holy, rest. And this is where Sabaoth, that is the Lord of hosts, or the one who, the host of hosts. who like to try to host a very good event. And this is going to be a most glorious show. The Order of Aaron against the Order of Melchizedek. Because Melchizedek tried to throw Aaron under the bus in the complicity of the murder of Yhwh. Until the return of Yhwh, which was shortly after December 21st, 2012, because I met Jesus, who introduced me to the Ancient of Days, the first light, Nucachez. They were speaking about flying the Ark of the Covenant with King Menelik them. Okay. And introduced as the Almighty, the Ancient of Days. So I was like, man, we got a problem on earth. I need to speak to you. And in that occurrence, it was declared divine intervention. So you all can believe what you want. Daniel 7:13 already occurred because I have witnessed it. What's the first thing you would ask the Almighty if you met him? I asked, what is your name? It was Nucachez. I was like, how can that be? I just read this in Hebrews 7 and Hebrews 7:15. And with Yhwh, I went and took him the Yhwh scroll, and he introduced me to the Almighty, who is the Father. It's the one. So you know what? When I scan this energy of like, yes, you are. All of this is compartmentalized information anyway. But you all need to know that these events have already occurred. So what I write out is written out within people's hearts even right now. Because this would be, who knows? I might just tighten it up. It don't look bad. The imperfections, it kind of bring out, the reality in it. And besides, I'm going to add other colors to it. Alright, God. And right here, okay, it's not next to it, but the sound, the J is sometimes silent. The J and the Y is sometimes interchanged. The V and the W are sometimes changed. They look like sinks. Sinks are like, they allow for things to be subtracted. In nature, we have sources and sinks, and they're both important. You have in and out. They're both important. Up and down. They're both important. White and black. They're both important. When life was given, it was given indiscriminately. That's why this knowledge is given indiscriminately. And seeds were passed out everywhere. Jack and the beanstalk. So Yahweh is the Most High. Allah's name is not on here. According to that challenge that was issued. They decided to worship the moon. But the moon gave up the body for the children. Your body is your arm, leg, arm, head, right? That was the moon princess. But I had to act like I was under their deceptive spell so I could get to this point. Such foolish ones they were. And that was resilience. Even now with the overtones, not what we say, how we say it. 4 is love thy neighbor paradigm. And this was even butchered up when it was given. It was not even complete. Man, they got kicked out of their heavenly classes. Coming on earth, gave the test, they all failed. And I gave them, like the first ones I went and found were them who I gave the scroll to. And those who had their name written on it, I took their paperwork from them. And they lost their all wings because they disobeyed the Most High. This is supposed to be vacation for man and woman. They ain't supposed to work so hard. They, like everybody's supposed to be able to work and be prosperous and be able to chill out. But some of them wanted to have sex with your children, and they came down here and they transferred their consciousness and kept transferring their consciousness. Is that what you all show in your horror movies? I don't know. I don't go watch them. Love thy neighbor paradigm. And under the sovereignty of Yahweh, which becoming your way, your will. The wheels of a clock work together in tangent. The earth and the moon have different wheels. If they had the same moon, if they had the same wheel, then the earth would be the moon and they would be the same. But everything has its own will. We're not supposed to be doing some other thing will. What is your dream? That is your will. So that's where it's going to be free dreams or dreams. But they had the Dream Catcher Project. They even started invading people's dreams. Enough is enough. When can people have privacy? Are they not trying to use technology to read your thoughts? I'm just asking you. What are these microchips for that they think that they're going to implant? Would you like that to be part of your government? A dictatorship who control and manipulate every little thing that you do and could come and destroy you? Now is the time to use righteousness to say for yourself what you would like to do in your heart, and it shall come true. Because how can they say that this is wrong when I'm just on my own personal business, doing a Facebook Live, writing out nice and comfortable, not yelling at nobody, calling nobody no names, just speaking my First Amendment right? Is this righteous or not? But this is how I fight, with the pen. Oh, this is superpower though, too. Alright. Love thy neighbor culture. So we have liberty. And free will. Yes, free will is here. And free will is here. To dream. What is your dream? Achieve your dream. So this is your power. So let's look. You got the power of grace, the power of mercy, the power of forgiveness, the power of the mind, the power of prayer, the power of meditation. Oh yeah, that works good. Look right here. Water, when you need to understand, drink water. Sometimes we like to go by still waters. Keeping the bare necessities, Psalms 23:1 would be fulfilled. And thou shalt not have any wants because we have our necessities. Keeping our necessities, we're not going to need any wants because all of our needs are fulfilled. Power with purity, pure focus. The perverseness came when they took the purity away and the innocence away from the people and the children. Even in Matthew 18, it talks about those who inhibits the children from coming through the door to get to the Father, being Yhwh. Those it's better for them to hang a millstone around, something like that. He basically saying it's best for y'all to go drown yourselves like y'all do in the mafia with lead weights. I mean, that's just a reference that, there you go. So what can be said is that the church is the biggest money laundering scheme ever. And, for 10%, they would turn a blind eye while people went and murdered people and raped little kids, and then they helped the priests and the people get away to other countries as long as they accepted the bribe. Am I getting that correct? You all tell me if my conclusion is the same conclusion that you all have found and I resolved it using a different method and technique. Is that why you all let them get tax-free money so that they could control the people? Alright, so I put forgive right here. That's supposed to be focus. But I'm going to keep forgiveness right there too, because it should be within a person's thought. Because through a person's energy, action, showing forgiveness, and a person's thoughts. Yeah, that definitely go right there. And then we got refine and change. If something not forgiveness, they going to have to reap what they sow. You know, they could be thrown into a pocket dimension. They might go through a door and, you know, it's not what they thought it was. You know, what they talking about, the adjustment bureau. Yeah, y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Whatever. Y'all done made some great movies out here. I think I would like to get into that line of work. But I would not like to work with a lot of these who are in Georgia, these Hollywood perverts. Nah, I don't like working with people that touch little kids and then like to kill little kids. I just don't. Yes, a woman should have a choice to be able to give birth to their raper's child or not. Yeah, you do not have to let a man rape you and force you into having to give birth. That will never be taken away because women was entrusted with the compassion to give birth. Who is man to take that away from her? Just stop teaching about sex education and having all of this perverse music online. And for everybody to hear. You can't even get a decent radio song out here about marriage today. It looked like a blatant attack on holy matrimony when holy matrimony is the essence of what love is. It's an expression of God walking the earth. And last time I checked, you got to take the male end and plug it into the female end of the extension cord in order for you to get power. Now, you can apply that to any walk of life you would like to. I'm going to go mind my business, but you know that the laws of nature, they shall come true. Pay attention to these kids that get adopted by these celebrities and whether they go missing or not. Just saying, what is love? Or what is cannibalism? Are they adopting kids to eat them? We don't know. But it don't look so good right now. It really don't. They require blood sacrifice, drinking of human blood. They even do it in the church rituals of the fake ISIS spell called the Last Supper. The Father would never participate in witchcraft. He told Israel not to sacrifice his children, so why would he sacrifice his son? Elijah and Moses spoke to Yhwh, and Yhwh made that decision himself. That was his choice. And when he came back to heaven too early, I was there. You know, Father like, well, what you doing back so soon? Man, they what? They murdered you. What you like doing to forgive them? What? Oh, forgive them because they know not what to do. Okay, order Melchizedek suspended. We need a internal investigation review. And until Yhwh came back, that order could not be established. And that order, now that door is locked. Those who have been reabducted after that, that door is locked. And the order of Melchizedek reigns on. Now, Yhwh, he still reigns even within the order of Melchizedek. But the thing is, that is an eternal order of really dog crap, real pieces of crap though, real turd, real child molesters, Chester the Cheeto, you know what I mean, be looking like Colonel Sanders or something like that, talking about homeboys and stuff, and you know, trying to ghostwrite. When they used to do the ghostwriting, they used to make these rappers rap using their voice the illegitimate songs that they would put out. And if they would not put them out, then they would get somebody to do it for the amount of money. The psychological warfare was real. And it is real. And the defraudment of the people was real. And it is real. So that's why Melchizedek was. Because he was a self-righteous bastard. Who didn't have a beginning or an end. He was fathered from a dog. Just saying, y'all. ISIS got that desperate. Damn shame. Excuse my language. Had no beginning, no end. Fictitious imagination of thought. The dog father. Alright, so now we get equality. Yeah, righteous equality for all people. Yeah, that's the level playing field that come out my heart, y'all. It's the lone sword that proceeds out my heart. That proceeds out my heart. Yeah, justification has been rendered. And balance is still intact. Okay. Alright, you all watch this a little later if you need to. This is called the Sacred Seed of Truth in a nutshell. Might as well, because how else you going to plant a seed? You need to have some type of nutshell. You know what I mean? Just saying now. Just, I need to plant a seed of thought. Nah, a seed within the mind. Forget that thought, because that thought turned into perverseness. So we just need to put the seed within the mind, and with a long little super string right there, and with the quantum gravity of sound. Y'all looking for gravity, you're not going to find it until you find truth. And then you will see what gravitates around it. Everything. Alright, here's the 808. Listening. Oh, the overtones. Alright. What about the 999? 999. Justification. Cool. Alright. Whatever y'all, whatever they see, they see. They're going to see things in the future when they go through certain things that it's just things show out and just come up whenever you might need them. Alright, so this is as much as I'm going to write for today. And then, let me write the title of it. The title. Alright, here we go. Alright. Yhwh, Yahweh. I can even say Yhwh, Yhwh. The divine harmonic sound of forgiveness. That's a bit weight off the shoulders. Alright, Yhwh, Eloha of Elohim and Elo and Eloher. Yeah. They came and lied, said angels don't have free will. Well then, why did y'all rebel then? Man, y'all been telling so many lies. If y'all didn't have free will, then y'all wouldn't have been able to mutiny. Shit. Just saying. It just didn't add up. And I'm just letting y'all know. Alright. Presents. Alright. Alright. Gonna present. Present the loyal family. Of the Most High, Elohim, Yahweh, and here we're going to say victory. Now, when I put the colors, Oh yeah, it's gonna look so cool. Victory. Alright, that's a mistake. That's okay. It gives it flavor. Not real flavor. Yeah, it gives it like seasoning. Alright, covenant of peace. As according to Ezekiel, what is it? 34:25, Isaiah 54:10, Jeremiah 31:31, as well as Hebrews 8:7-13. It talks about it. The respect is right here. And this is only one sheet of paper. Now, what I'm sharing with the people are the outline for the book that I'm writing. So instead of me having to write about this chaos, I could write about the truth and provide one book of truth, and then people can align themselves to the truth to the point where they'll be able to make good decisions for themselves. So instead of having to tell people what to do, being able to provide people with the necessary tools to be able to make the decision for themselves. Alright, so this is, don't forget that there's a back side to that paper too. And on this back side, this is where I will share with you all the 24 trees, because that seed grows up, you all, trees of the law of love. And this is the covenant. One sheet of paper that you all will be able to help participate in just by watching. Alright, you all. Hey, where am I? Hey, where am I? Oh, we're by the lake. By Clear Lake. And around the corner is New Covenant Baptist Church. Interesting, huh? Everything aligned up. Even with me finding my rightful place for the here and now, help put everything else in existence. So you being where you are right now, I would say thank you for being you. Because what more proof do you need? Because you are still alive. And because you're alive, I am to respect you. Because I inherit the earth, yet I have to share it equally with everyone else I see. And they have to respect me like I respect them. And I'm going to show you all the utmost respect. And I will walk away from disrespect. That's my right. If I try to get started, I'm going to try to knock you up. Just saying. And you all got the rightful, you all could do the same thing for yourself. Because who's going to stop this law of respect? Who's going to stop this perpetual motion of love? Look at this tree that grows. If these Anunnaki destroyed their own planet, what you think they're going to do to here? If they destroyed their own Mars planet, what you think they're going to do to Earth? It's like the story of Krypton. Oh, Superman got sent to Earth. Yeah, how super really is he? With the pervert tights on. I'm just saying, bro. Like, why you wearing your underwear outside your pants, bro? You know that really ain't cool, man. I'm just saying. And those words itself would just blow him away. Posterize him where he just a cartoon fitment of somebody's imagination. But so is Dora the Explorer, who suggestively plays programming for little kids to think it's okay to run into the woods by themselves. Why? Why would they like to computer track your kids to find out when they are alone and isolated so that they could kidnap them and hold them for ransom? I'm just asking. I'm just asking now. What is their real motive behind things when you all are finding out that the motive was a lot more sinister? Are you still going to go with Humpty Dumpty, who is sitting on a wall? It is a national security threat, and for I'm gonna kill like this: the law of conservation of energy, the law of conservation of mass. If you look at the mathematical definition, conservatives do not fit what conservation means. As well as a lot of conservatives are Democrats who just have embraced their wicked, demolishing ways. So I would ask you all to vote for progressiveness and to vote for those who would like to listen and respect each other. Because I respect you, and I did my homework, and I'm still working. And this is why the pen is mightier than any sword. For them to say that these words are wrong is to say that the very institutions in which this country is being founded on is wrong. And all of the pretenders will have to be revealed. Liquid and Fuego, you can go now and round them up. Assassin notes. In the spirit world, it will not harm the physical world at all. Yeah. Bringing grills on the field. Probing out excursion, liquid to cook the field. They build a skill, they make the beat harder still. Hook, line, sinker, hold on to the reel. Destiny bound, from traveling around, destination underground. Let's go uptown on the hilltop of the world. Got the bottom of the 12, got a square up already called Earth. Hey, what's up, cuz, man? I just broke down some knowledge, bro. Go back to the beginning, and it will change your life. Hey, I'm about to sign off, though. Had to show people why the pen is mightier than the sword, bro. And mine's souped up, bro. They can't defeat me. Because they can't defeat God, bro. So since God win, we win. And my neighbor win, and you win, Dwight. Because yes, you are love. Yes, you are Dwight. Yes, you are love. Everybody got Yhwh got the door inside of them. And you know what the truth is. Yeah, bro, we're going to defeat them using information and objectively laying out the facts. And the people will render judgment. The office of the presidency is an office of integrity and an office of transparency, and not with saying one thing but the left hand doing something else. Well, what your left hand doing too, Mr. President? Okay, if you didn't want to be in this global public spotlight, you shouldn't have put yourself there and now become a national security risk. You have become a national security risk for all of the very citizens of this country. Because will the children follow your example? Did they follow the example of Andrew Jackson, who is a loser? They lost the war, and y'all still put him on the $20 bill. Is that what y'all respect? People who kill melanated people? I'm asking you. Because the first thing you said, Mr. President, is that you will not apologize for the actions of your people, so you know that you helped finance the Holocaust. And you all are financing the migration privatized prisons. Because when they disappear from the border, they're not coming back. Just like we didn't come back. We know the signs of slavery when we see it, bro. And that goes against the free will issued by the Most High, that people deserve decency and respect. But you believe in anarchy? I'm just asking, bro. Why did y'all almost have a fight in the White House lawn? People chanting and everything. It's all over NPR, bro. I'm just saying. So that's a direct message. And I got the right to send one. I didn't threaten nobody. I might have did in the past, but I done changed my ways. Alright? So there's the law of nature. Whatever a person plant, that's what they grow. And whatever's done in the dark, it say shall come to light. So we will see. With that being said, I ain't gonna give you no more attention at all. Because America is eligible for divine intervention if they show through action that they are helping the people. And it's a most divine plan indeed. This is the whirlwind that goes out. It's called tornado. Yahweh, hallelujah, Yahweh, 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 hallelujah, hallelujah, Yahweh, blow them away with the tornado. What you say? They potato, they play potato. It don't go. What you reap, that's what you sow. Oh. Alright, y'all take care. I'm just amped up because I was able to get that out online. Next time I'm gonna do part 2. Alright, y'all. Peace out.